Hello Year 10, my name is Nikki Smith and as you are all aware I am not a teacher, I am an independent careers advisor and my role is to come into school and help young people make and manage their career decisions. I'm not going to make those choices for you, I'm there to support you alongside the teachers will support you, your parents, family and friends. So we are actually going to start planning for after year 11 and beyond. Now that may seem a long way away, but now is a really good time to start thinking about and planning your future. Now alongside these slides you will also have access to the Year 10 Careers Research Workbook which you will be using alongside these slides. So what are your choices after year 11? These include sixth form, college, apprenticeships and work with training. Now I'd like you to make a decision for me. I'm feeling really generous today and I'm going to give you a pretend new phone. Your choices are an iPhone, a Samsung or a ZTE Blade. I want you to take a few minutes and I want you to decide which of those you would have if I was actually going to give you a phone today. Okay, now I need you to be really honest with yourself and I want you to think about, did you just make a decision on the choices I gave you? Did you actually think about it and want to research and find out a little bit more? Because as you can see from this slide, I wasn't actually probably entirely fair in my choice. The iPhone is an old model, it's an iPhone 4 and it's actually damaged. The Samsung is not the new top of the range Samsung mobile phone, it's actually an old-fashioned landline. And actually the ZTE Blade is a phone that some of you will have heard of and some won't have, but it is actually quite a really good phone. So why did I do this exercise? What I'm hoping you take from it is that you start to think about the decisions you're going to make and the choices that you have to make before you make those choices. It's about thinking about how do you decide, particularly for life after year 11. Do you want to stay in education? Do you want an apprenticeship? So actually what type of information would help you to make what we call an informed choice or decision? So some of the things that you will need to know, you need to know what different careers and courses are out there. Do you know what qualifications you will need? What do you know about different pathways? If you think about the apprenticeship route, what type of apprenticeship do you want? How do you find a suitable apprenticeship? And also, really importantly, what would suit you? And you need to consider, as well as your first choice, a backup plan in case for any reason you either don't meet the grade entries or you have a change of heart, so you actually have choices after you get your results. So what we're going to do now is you're going to start looking at some careers and course information. It's time for you to do some research, to look at some resources that can help you with your post-16 decision making. Now, some of these resources you will already have had a look at in year 9. Hopefully Kudos is familiar to you, and we're just going to look at a couple of other sources as well, so you can start your journey. So it's time now for you to do some research. So I would like you to log on to the Kudos website. This should all be familiar, and I know that school will have made sure that you have access to your logins. So to start off with, what we're going to look at is we're going to go to Kudos, not to the My Future quiz, which hopefully you've completed, but we're going to have a look at subjects. So as you can see from the screenshot, from the main menu, if you click on subjects on the left hand side, top of the menu. Now using your workbook, I would like you to select a subject and start to research it. I would like you to be able to find out 3 different careers that are related to this one subject. It can be any subject, something you're studying or something that just interests you, But also when you're looking at the information, you need to find 3 skills or qualities that are needed for one of the careers that you've found, and also want you to find out some information about the starting salary. And if you record your answers in your workbook, you've got a record then just of where you're at. Now, if you're ready to move on, we're going to look at a different website, the National Careers Service. This might be familiar to some of you, it might not to others. It's nice and easy to find. It's www.nationalcareerservice.direct.gov.uk. And hopefully you've got to this home screen. What I would like you to do is click on Explore Careers. Hopefully you are looking at the screen that says Explore Careers, has explore by job category, and it lists lots of different sectors of careers. And now is the time to start doing a little bit of research about kind of what's involved. You might be interested in health and social care, you might be interested in sport, teaching, lots of different things. I need you just to click on any job category that interests you and start to have a look and explore what's involved in the different careers. As you can see, I've clicked on App Developer, and it's starting to give me information about the salary bands, what you need, how to become an app developer, what it takes, what you actually do, what the career pathways and progressions are, and what the training opportunities. This is just a good way, if you think you're interested in something, to start researching information. You can also use Kudos to research information. So we've had a look at exploring careers. Now, as you can see from this screen, there's lots of other information you can find out as well. You can do skills assessments just like you can on Kudos. You can find courses if you're looking for courses around the country, but there's also another section, Help to Get a Job. And I would like you to click on the Help to Get a Job disc. Now, I know that you will be writing a CV. Hopefully lots of you will want to be prefects, and part of that application is writing a CV. So now's a good time to start thinking and looking at the skills and how to do this. So I would like you to click on How to Write a CV. It is the 3rd title down in blue, and start to explore CV writing. And if you go back to your workbook as well, in there you've got some questions to answer. I need you to find out 2 tips for writing a good CV. Okay, now you've started to explore tips and hints on writing a CV, I would like you to go back to Kudos, and I want you to start to build your CV. So from the main page, I want you to click on the My Documents on the left hand menu at the bottom, click on the drop down menu. On the drop down menu, I would like you to click on CV Builder. It goes My Documents, My Personal Statement, CV Builder, My Profile. So click on CV Builder. Okay, time for you to have a go and start to put your CV together. Kudos have made this really easy for you. They've given you all the titles that you need: contacts, profile, skills, work experience, education, your qualifications. In there at this time you would put the GCSEs and BTECs that you are currently studying, and if you know what your target grades are, that's also a good thing to put in there. And also remember, in here there is a section on your hobbies and skills and all of the other good things that you do. This is going to take you a bit of time, so don't rush this. You can keep coming back to this till you've built your CV ready for use. Now, I don't know how much you've started to think about apprenticeships. Some people will be interested in them, some people might not. Some people might be really confident that they want to remain in sixth form or go to college. But it's just something else to be aware of. An apprenticeship is a job. You are in paid employment. 80% of your time will be at work and approximately 20% of your time will be studying. So again, it's another thing to research. Now, there's lots of places to find apprenticeships. And one of the first places which is really good to look at is the National Apprenticeship website. You have to be aware, not all apprenticeships are advertised on here. Some companies advertise their own, so looking on companies' own websites is another good place to look. But we're just going to have a look at this website now so you know how to use it. Okay, so hopefully you go to www.gov.uk/apply apprenticeship, and as you can see, the screen that should come up is find an apprenticeship. Search on the Find an Apprenticeship service. Now you can search apprenticeships without creating an account. When you're in year 11 and you are seriously looking for an apprenticeship, that's when you would need to create an account. Now going back to your workbook as well, we're going to work hand in hand with the screen and the workbook. Now we're just going to have a look at another website, the I Could Buzz Career Quiz. Different website, it's similar to QDOS, but this is a much shorter quiz. It will only take you about 5 or 10 minutes to complete. You only have 5 questions to answer. Now this is not going to tell you what your career is. It will give you an indication of your personality type and careers that might be of interest to you. It's got a bit of a fun element to it because it's linked to animals. So when you've done it and you get your information, make sure you read all of the information and just not what type of animal your kind of profile is. It is another tool to help you with your decision making. And remember, it is dependent on how you answer the questions. So if you did it another day, it might be slightly different. So you've done some research, which is really good, which has started to get you thinking about life after year 11. So in the back of your book, there's some more work to complete. There's the worksheet and action planning. So all the sites that you've had a look at today, or over the next couple of days, the time you're doing this, I want you to choose 2 sites that are in the back of the workbook. I want you to research them and find out what's useful, what did you like, how will you use the information in the future. Now something else that you need to start doing, and this is ongoing, it's starting to complete an action plan. I know it seems a long way away till you start year 11, but it will come round surprisingly quickly. So what I need you to think about to start off with is, what research are you going to do between now and October half term? And then you might not do this immediately, but you need to start thinking about what are the actions that you are going to be taking after half term in October and by Easter 2021, which seems like a long way away. And some of those actions will be visiting colleges and schools, looking at open evenings, finding information out about courses, and actually by Easter you should hopefully have got your applications and started your applications for either college courses, sixth forms, or both, because remember, you need a plan A and an alternative plan, a backup plan. And if you are thinking about apprenticeships, you will already be applying for apprenticeships by Easter next year. So remember that your action planning should include researching careers and courses that interest you, research different pathways, researching the qualifications that you may need, finding out about open days, how and when you should apply for courses and or apprenticeships, and considering your alternative, sometimes known as your backup plan, in case you don't get your first choice. Bit of information for people that are interested in engineering and or working for Siemens. Remember, they have lots of other careers at Siemens as well, and also bear in mind Siemens is only one of the large companies in Lincoln, but they do their recruiting quite early. They start their recruitment process in December, so you need to be checking their websites, looking on the school's information for when their vacancies open. They often have a taster day and you need to apply for that. But by Easter they will have completed their recruitment process. So anyone that's looking for an apprenticeship with Siemens does need to start actively looking in December. For any other apprenticeships, March time is also key. As I kind of said earlier, apprenticeships, remember, they are a genuine job. You are at work 5 days a week. About 70% of your time will be in the workplace, and about 20-30% of your time will be training. Okay, so you're combining practical training and study. As an apprentice, you will work alongside experienced staff. You're going to gain job specific skills. You are going to earn a wage and get a paid holiday. Apprenticeship wage is not massive at the moment, but think about the qualifications that you're going to gain, but you will also be given the time to study. And finally, a few different websites that you could look at if you're thinking of looking for suitable apprenticeships. So there's the government website, companies' own websites. If you're thinking of a higher or a degree apprenticeship after you've completed your A-levels, sites like universities' own websites and UCAS are also really good places to start. So good luck everybody with your research, and hopefully it won't be too long before we're all seeing each other again face to face.